Hey Orion Starseeds, welcome to Starseed Energetics. My name is Bora and I'll be reading your March energies. Let's get started. You guys are blessed. And like, I just feel complete sense of joy coming from your guides as well, and just not just yourself, but just your Orion family. Because I think a lot of you have integrated shadow timelines from Orion, because obviously like the Orion star system, it's the most controversial timelines with polarities beyond our imagination, but in a different way, definitely in a different way. Ours is more condensed, let's say. Anything that you have been imagining, if you're the kind of person who's done so much work in creative manifestation, creative imagination, and like visualization that has never really panned out, it's happening, and you're gonna be guided every step of the way to make it actually fruition itself. But every step that you take is gonna be so graceful in terms of like you're gonna sense so much grace in every movement that it's not gonna be like, I feel like you project a lot of difficulty into the things that you have to get done, but once you actually do it, you realize like it was all resistance. It wasn't actually difficulty with the task. So be mindful of your level of resistance. And the reason why most of the times you get resistant to taking a certain action is because you can intuit the change that's going to come after that, even if it's minor things. Energetically, you will feel very different after taking that. That's why you have resistance, because there's a part of you that is struggling to fight entropy, like change. That's just natural part of our makeup, is to have counter forces be channeled into one experience. You are in between worlds, literally, from something that has been unfinished, whatever you've been imagining that was unfinished, transitioning. I freaking love this energy. And transitioning in from like literally this black and white murky waters into this hyper colored beautiful space. And the card that it's moving into is Milk and Honey, which talks about the most beautiful ideal timeline, and being your ultimate reality, like that just being your new level of resonance in frequency. This is a new level that you're tapping into. It's not fleeting, it's there to stay. And you are going to be this month taking a series of actions supported by universal forces. So you're gonna have graceful unfolding of things, and you probably will be surprised at what you end up creating and what you end up doing just by taking one step by one step that is supported. And at the end of it all, you'll be like, holy, I did this. At the end of the month, check back in and watch this again, and you will see exactly what I'm talking about. And you're just gonna watch it unfold. You're gonna watch it unfold in a strange ironic sensation of you're the one that's taking the action, but it feels like something else is taking it for you. That's exactly your vibe this month. It's almost like the internal and external reality blending, which is like the transcendence of polarities that you are actually going through. And then it just feels like this is the perfect example, is that you're riding a bicycle with training wheels, but you don't know that, but the training wheels are there. I'm not saying that you're preparing for something, but more in terms of like this, there's an external balance that's being gifted to you that is there to stay, but it's making your life so much easier, and you can still have the experience of that. Or a better example of that would be self-driving cars. Like, you're still in a vehicle and you're moving to where you want to go, but the car is driving itself. But then it still feels like you're the one that's driving it, because you're taking it there. You're the one that's directing it. And that's the course of our future, guys. Technology is gonna get conscious, and we are just gonna have this ultimate experience of co-creation on a higher level. Is direction, you know? You're the executive director of all of this, and you have people slash the universal forces working for you, and you just simply direct it. Let's see, what cards can I read for you? I'll do the Thoth deck. No, they don't want to do that. I have to go get another deck, which I don't want to do, but I'm going to. A lot of you are gonna have tons of clairaudience this month, which means you're gonna be hearing a lot of stuff. Be mindful of the things you hear, the whispers in your head. Sometimes your own thoughts, what seems like your own thoughts, will be guidance, and what seems like your own thoughts will not be guidance. What seems like your own thoughts will be something else. So what you want to do is start to really calibrate the vibrational frequency of your thoughts. If it feels resonant to your essence, then it is yourself or higher. If it feels dissonant, like it's just low frequency, your thought, if your thought is low frequency, it's not you or your higher selves. Pretty simple, but it's hard to get, it's hard to at first, if you're not mindful, it's hard to distinguish, because you're conditioned to believe that your thoughts are somehow your own, or that it's private, but nothing is further away from the truth. Your thought is literally you catching frequencies from a web that's constantly flickering in and out from the entire collective. It is not yours. You are just this blank, transparent consciousness. Okay. Oh, wow. That's it. Oh my god. This is so... You guys have to watch the Arcturian reading, as well as, if you have time, I guess, of course, and if you want to. But because of the repeating energies, and because of how deeply I explain these energies, I would love for you to watch the Arcturian reading and the Palladian reading. Because I already did such a long spiel, and each energy reading, even if you don't resonate with these star systems, is extremely valuable, because you're tuning into the energy work of these star systems. When I channel them, they're actually doing energy work, and I'm just kind of talking through it, but the real deal is the energy work. And if there's anything that I want to add to those readings that have already been done, is absolutely you're discerning where your thoughts are coming from. This is exactly what I just described. It's just coming up as another layer of synchronicity to make sure that you understand that message, to discern your thoughts, because none of them are your own, and none of your thoughts are private, especially when it comes to higher dimensional beings, like, let alone our telepathy, that more conscious people can vibe what you're thinking, so it's not really private there. And plus, even the people who are not really psychic, they can subconsciously know what you're thinking. So even though they don't directly consciously interface with your thoughts, they subconsciously do. And then it gets to a very convoluted dynamic where they might distortedly project onto you based on what they subconsciously perceive about you, and then the freaking relationship is just terrible. A challenge, I mean, it's not terrible. So yes, but when it comes to higher dimensional forces, your thoughts are not private, and if you feel a violation of privacy, you need to realize first and foremost that your personal reality, or the identification that you certainly hold as a human being right now, for example, like your internet history or your thoughts or like your preferences, you think it's so hidden, or that it's so dark, but it's not. And first of all, it's just like one grain of sand on the entire beach, and it's not that significant, even if you have embarrassing things or private things that you want to keep away. You're just like a small little grain of, like, no one's gonna, I'm not saying that no one's gonna care about it, but it's like at the scale of what really matters, the things that you perceive to be so secretive is not of significance when it comes to the bigger picture of, you know, what we're transitioning into. You do have some challenges coming up in terms of letting go of struggle, letting go of lack of consciousness, letting go of a desire to be approved, or like fixing yourself, or feeling like you need to mold yourself for the other people's expectations. That's absolutely dropping away for you this month, and I want to just clarify that, because I think me telling you this will help you, you know, kind of label these energies to get transmuted as you experience them. And this could come up in so many different ways, whether you are dealing with somebody that you think might be better than you and you feel like you need to change the way you talk or act. Anything like that is getting dropped away. And I have, if you ever feel inferior to another person and you don't like that, and usually that'll manifest as jealousy, I have the best kind of advice for you. If you ever feel jealous to one subject, you counteract this force by thinking of another subject that you feel superior to. So even though, you know, that's kind of mean, think of somebody that you think you're better than. It could be somebody in your environment, somebody from your family, like whatever, whoever you think is better than. And then instead of trying not to be jealous of the other person, start to feel like you're not better than this person that you think you're better than. And then automatically that energy will take away your inferiority to the other person, because it's counterbalancing your energy. Does that make sense? And that, I'm gonna leave it at that. I think that was a good reading. I know yours is a lot shorter than other star systems, but that's because pretty direct, pretty, I think that was enough messages, and I just told you that all these energies are overlapping the other star systems, so don't feel like you missed out on anything, because you can tune into the other ones. Thank you so much, guys. I love you so much, and I hope to see you next month. Bye.